There's the thing I was talking about earlier. No, this is the same locomotive. They are identical. Why did I think it was different? Anyways. Beautiful. Okay, then we need to switch to the other ones. Do the same. Okay, and then we need to get our lights set. There's that button I was talking about. Ditch flashing lights. Yeah, and then we just need to repeat the steps. Wait for the brakes to release. I should have adjusted the volume once I was actually in the menu, but yeah, forgot. There's the ditch light thingy. Ditch light state. We need to switch to the other one. This doesn't have any lights on, so let's fix that. Leave the ditch light off. Remember to switch the point. Not break the speed limit. No, the button isn't there. So there is a difference in the through the locomotives. The other one has that button. Yeah, and it has the ditch light switch behind the throttle too. Okay, so they are different. Trying to get close to like 3 miles an hour-ish. Three or two. Now we're just gonna coast until a couple. Oh, we're really far away. Damn it. I don't want to speed up now though, because then we're just gonna not be able to brake. Also, I'm not sure why we have 20 pounds of pressure in the brake cylinders. What should be 0, the brakes is like fully off. Trying to maintain 2 miles an hour, if you can. Oh, that's too much. Okay, yeah, should be good. Just let it coast. And butter, I hope. Doink. Coupled and clear. We now need to contact la 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 la. Okay, yeah. Same as before. Except now we can turn that off. Can turn that off. And that, and jump back into the lead. Yeah, see, this button isn't in the other one. And what that button does is click it and then oh, the ditch lights aren't even there, okay. Yeah, so bit inconvenient time to do that, but yeah, leave the ditch lights on, and then when you click this one, when you click that one, it starts flashing. So click that one when you approach the crossings, okay, so that pressure there is normal. This one's showing way too much. For some reason, don't know why. That one's showing too much, and this one's showing what it's... I don't know, maybe it's because it's 2 different types of the same locomotive. That being said, we are ready to go, I think. Just release the brakes and wait for it to equalize. Make sure the train brake is off as well. Reverser is set forwards. And we're ready to go. It seems like all the 3 units are working together perfectly, so... There's the back of our train all the way over there. That probably doesn't happen often in real life. Or maybe it does, I don't know. It happens probably a lot with switching, right? I think this is the... I don't know, it says ID code, but I think that's the hour count for how long the thing has been working. That counts as a crossing, right? I think so. Horn sound is different though. Something on the main line there, I think it's waiting for us actually. No, those are just cars. Okay, we have a green to the main line. If I remember correctly, we're switching over to the third track like immediately, so I think we're just gonna try and stay at 20 miles an hour. I think that's the speed. I'm gonna see how much I remember from the first run. It's not that much, I think. I remember the speed limit is 45 to begin with. It's either 40 or 45. So let's just go for 40. And let's just keep 20 until we've moved all the wagons across onto the third rail here, or second rail, or whatever rail it is. Let's see, I think we're switching over to this one, if I remember correctly. So just keeping 20 for now. Yep. I remembered something, yay! Oh, it's 55, okay. there it is, freight 55, okay. And we're not doing that, so we can speed up. Oh, still have all my points, nice. I think you start out with 1,000, right? And passenger wants you to gain points as you go, but I think that's the case here. There's the rake of the SD70s and coal hoppers. Damn, they're hauling ass. You don't have a clue what I'm talking about? Oh, you don't know about the SD70 AUC locomotives? Oh my god. Oh, I feel like I have a knot like in between my shoulders, like you know when you crack your knuckles, like and it goes like click 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 click. Like that's what's going on in between my shoulder blades, and just can't get it to crack and release the pressure. Well, it's not a pressure release though, that's the thing, it's weird, but it's actually like moving the knuckles or joints apart, and that like causes a little cavitation bubble, which sounds really super bad if you know what cavitation is. But that's supposedly what happens in between all the joints when you do that. Ah. Don't know if you heard that, but that was my neck. They're going crunk. Ah, my god. 45. Been flat out full throttle now for a few minutes and we're still haven't reached the speed limit. You did hear it, yeah. Goes crack. I am old, yeah. 27. But I've been able to do that like since I was 20 at least, maybe before even. Just by like tilting my head to one of the sides, it just goes like plunk. What are these things? These little fences they're making here, what's that for? Uh-oh, yellow. What does a yellow signal mean again? Ah. Wonder what it's like to be an engineer on this track in real life. You just look out to the right and you just see that car going along the track and along the road. You see some kid in the car like waving at you. And you know what that means. That means he wants to race, so it's full power from there on. If this train had any more power to give, that is. I'm winning! I'm beating them, I'm winning! Yeah! Get wrecked! In 1903, that's the... like, when are they launching that? Okay, now we're getting to a crossing, so now I can actually use that ditch light thing. Sheet making flashes, nice. Zoom. What does that say? It said something important that I need to know. Oh well. It's for the side track, I mean, so it probably doesn't apply to me. Hopefully. End of December. I thought they were gonna launch it this autumn, that's what I heard, but I guess not then. I'm gonna see if I can make that Halloween party thing that they mentioned in the Strawberry Discord. Tomorrow, maybe? I think it is. It's the 28th, right? So it's tomorrow. I wonder how they load these, like, white ones, because they have a... yeah, they have a covered top, but they're, like, supposedly a coal hopper type of thing, so I don't know. How do they load them when they have a top? Okay, we're gonna close the speed limit now so we can ease off. You might be, okay. I don't know, cause I haven't been on the Red Dead Redemption roleplay for weeks now. Okay, 40 speed limit coming up, so we can just release the throttle completely. Control not everything, there's still like a few buttons that are just there, not doing anything. Like that one, for example. The whole radio thing here is not doing anything. You can't get into this access panel that has the start and stop, or has the main fuses and whatnot, but yeah. There is still a lot you can control though. And I think, like, depending on who made the locomotive, like if it was from the game or from a third party or somebody who like really put a lot of effort into it, it can have like a lot of detail. It can be really in depth, but I don't know. I think this game is it has its limitations because it's from 2009, and they haven't really been updating it, or they have been updating it, like they've been updating it since it came out, but they don't. Yeah, it still runs on like 1 or 2 cores of the CPU, so your CPU is the limiting factor here. Let's see. Speed limit is now 40 and we're doing 41. Oh no! Oh, okay. Both Lloyd and Miles? That's interesting. Well, I mean, Lloyd always wanted to be a gunsmith, so that's good for him. I'm a bit surprised about Miles though, but he did tell me. I guess he gave up on the lawyer thing because they weren't being progressive enough, or not progressive, that's not the word I'm looking for, but like he had to like wait and wait and wait, and then I think he finally became a paralegal, and he just I guess he didn't like it. Yeah, too much paper. William is taking a break, okay. Wonder what he's up to. You do have mods, yeah. There's like a shit ton of mods for this game, like it's absolute. Like some of it gets released to the Steam store, but it's actually made from third-party developers and not from the game developers. And then there's like a lot of free stuff as well. He wants to finish out. He hasn't finished the story? I mean, to be fair, I haven't finished it on PC. I finished it on Xbox when it first came out in 2018. It was the same year I bought my Super Impreza. It was a good year, actually, yeah. It is a good story, it's a really good story. Like, I was hooked on it when I was first playing it. I was like, what happens next, what happens next, what happens next? I always wanted to know. So the first time I played it, I didn't really do any free roaming. I didn't do anything outside the missions, basically. I just was just mission to mission to mission, and then a little bit of exploring outside. And my second playthrough, that was like after I got a PC. And then I was I got to the Valentine part, and then I decided I was gonna explore as much as possible as Micah was rotting in jail. I'm not excited for GTA 6, to be honest. I'm just not. I've completely lost faith in the GTA franchise after how Rockstar have treated, or how Take-Two have treated GTA Online. Yeah, it's just I don't know how to explain it really. I just they just like they got so greedy that yeah, it's to the point that I don't really really care about GTA 6 anymore. Like I'm just worried that it's going to be the same story again. Like they're gonna release it, everybody's gonna be excited, it's gonna be super fun for like a year, a few months, somewhere in between. The online version is gonna release, and then there's just gonna be so many microtransactions and so much focus on like buying DLC that it's going to lose its appeal completely to me. I'll probably buy it though, but I'm not sure I'll be excited for it like I was for GTA 5. Like when GTA 5 came out, I was 17. I had just like really got, like a year before I really got into to GTA 4. And I was enjoying GTA 4 a lot. And I met a few people on GTA 4, like that was the first online game I played with the headset and like actually talking to people. It was GTA 4. So I made some friends on GTA 4 and I was really excited for GTA 5 to release, and I played it so much when it first came out. Like every day just in story mode I was playing it alone. All the missions, all the side quests, all the everything. Played it so much. And that was on the 360 Xbox, like the one before the Xbox One. And then online released and I was playing with my friends again and we were doing all sorts of shenanigans. And that was back in the day when GTA Online first released. Somebody would steal a tank from the military base and you wouldn't know they had a tank. They'd just show up on the map and you'd see like a regular blip on the map and you'd run around the corner and you see a tank there and you'd notice that the tank was noticing you and you just panic. And like it was so annoying at the time, but looking back it was actually a lot of fun not knowing, and that the fact that the tank was like the most powerful thing and you could just, there was glitches to get the tank in your garage and you could call your mechanic and your mechanic would just be driving down the street and jump out of your tank. Yeah. Yeah, I remember the first heist, like it was when you actually had somebody to play it with. And all of your friends was just there and you were just like, oh my god, I can't believe they did this. Oh wow, we can do this new thing now, wow. And then it just became like too much, like they went in like this really weird direction with super overpowerful weapons and whatnot, that it just lost its appeal. The most fun I had on GTA 5, I think, is either on the 5M role-playing servers, or it's like back in the day when I was just messing around with my friends and we were just doing random shit. Like all the glitches that you had, all the launch glitches you could do with your friends. Like if you stood in particular spots and you did like a particular sequence and suddenly one of your friends was like launched 100 meters up in the air. I remember we took like the military truck, because you could get a lot of people in the back of that one. And we got it on top of Mount Chiliad, and then we just, with everybody in the back of the truck, we just drove off the tall end. And of course, because it like turned over, everybody fell out, so it became like this game of like seeing who could survive the fall and manage to use their parachute before the truck hit the ground. Oh, and then we would get in one of the big planes that had like 16 people capacity, and we would take it up to as high as we could, and everybody would jump at the same time, and then if you held back on the controller stick, you would fall slower. So the people who jumped first, or everybody got out, and then everybody just held back on the stick, and we tried to like group up in mid-air as we were like skydiving together. I miss that. That's what I miss. Hanging out with friends and using GTA as a sandbox to hang out. Also miss how people got excited for seeing story mode characters in the online missions like Trevor and Ron and whatnot. I think there was like, I don't think it was for the regular heist, but the one that came after that was like a few missions you did for Ron, and like you'd get a few cutscenes with him and everybody thought it was so funny. And Franklin, no, Franklin wasn't in online, was he? Or he is now, but that was like, that's pretty recent, I think. I remember going onto the GTA forums and like meeting new people there, and then meeting up with them in the game, and then just doing random shit together again. One thing I don't miss about GTA though is I was in one of those like biker gangs, or actually I was in a few of those. And looking back now, it's just so cringy. It makes me cringe every time I think about it. But we would like have a set of rules that every like biker gang was supposed to follow, and like it became a competition to see who could like have the most people ride together on motorcycles and use the like same number of weapons, or like the same set of weapons, because you weren't supposed to use like explosives or something. And then people would be like they would use Instagram, and they would like take pictures of each other after having killed like a rival gang member, and it was so cringy. But there was some good moments too, but looking back, it's just regret, really. Alright, man, have a good day at school. And Trevor 3. No, wait, that's 3,003,333,000. No, wait, I don't know. Thanks for the raid. How are you doing? I'm about to enter the tunnel. Please help me. Okay, I think this is where the downhill starts, so shut off the throttle. One step on the dynamic, just in case. I am good as well. Thanks for asking. Glad to hear that you're doing fine as well. I forgot to turn down the game audio when I was in the pause menu though, so I'm sorry for that. If it's loud, I don't know. It's kind of loud for me, I can't tell if it's loud for the stream too. Supposed to stop soon, aren't I? Well, kinda soon. Oh. You're removing some lawns? What do you mean removing some lawns? What? Is it like the pre-cut, no, not the pre-cut, but like the pre-made grass mats that you can just roll out if you're laying grass in a new place, or? Your name looks familiar though, Trevor. Have I seen you before? You've been in the chat before, haven't you? I'm trying to remember where I'm remembering you from. You have, yeah. When was that from? What was I playing that time? Or because I just got Train Simulator, so I'm sure I wasn't playing Train Simulator that time. Since 2018, really? And I just don't remember? Am I that stupid, really? So did you follow me from Euro Truck Sim then, I'm guessing? I think that's what I was streaming mainly in 2018. 27th of February 2018. Wow. I definitely missed a whistle board or whatever they call whistle sign. Yeah, okay, so I do remember a little bit. That's a long time ago. Freight 60, really? We need to stop soon, so I'm just gonna ignore that. Oh, 8 miles, that's not soon. Yeah, I've noticed people follow me, obviously, because I haven't lost that many followers ever since I started, but I just figured most people just sort of like forgot about it and then never realized I was on their following list. Where are you from though, Trevor? I'm guessing if you're up this early, you're either from somewhere in Europe or you're from somewhere on the west coast of the United States. Okay, the speed limit is actually 60. Interesting. 60 miles with freight trains, that's a lot. I feel like that's a lot. Central US, okay. Is that what they call the Midwest? Or Minnesota and like Michigan, is that what they're calling the Midwest? I don't know. I saw a video recently about a guy calling into like a podcast or a talk show or something, and he was like, okay, this is or the premise of the talk show was why should your state be allowed to be a part of the Midwest? And some guy was calling from Alaska, and he was saying something about ranch dressing. Alaska should be allowed to be a Midwest state because they invented ranch dressing. Something. In the middle of the two states I just said, in the middle of Minnesota and Michigan, where is that? I'm not so good with US fuck's sake. Geography, that's what I'm trying to say. What's in the... Is it Connecticut? Isn't Connecticut in like that general area? Or Wisconsin? Nope. Okay, I can definitely rule out Hawaii, California, and Washington. Wait, is it Nebraska? Or North Dakota? Nope for Connecticut. Oh, Wisconsin is right. Okay, I thought you meant like right is in east. Wisconsin is east of. So I did get it right. Okay, cool. I won the game but kept playing. The dairy state. Why do they call it the dairy states? Yeah, so this is where everything started to go wrong the last time I played this, so I'm just gonna slow down to 20 miles right away. Minnesota is the one that likes the cheese, right? Or have I got that wrong? Because we make a lot of the US cheese and milk, oh, okay. So it's not like... Well, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Instead of having each state make a lot of... make all their own products, you have the need for transportation like this. Which is not really how it is in... it's Wisconsin that loves cheese, okay. Yeah, in Europe it's mostly like a lot of countries will make most of the stuff themselves, but we won't always make enough, and then some will make more. So in Norway we make a lot of our own dairy. I think actually we make all of our own dairy, but we don't make all of our own grain. So we import like a lot of corn and grain and wheat and bread and stuff like that, even though we still make some of our own. We don't have so much industry anymore though. Like we still make a lot of industrial products, especially for the oil industry. And some military defense stuff, but it's not like it used to be, because before we even made our own locomotives and stuff, but that was like 100 years ago. Well, no. 100 years ago we made locomotives and rolling stock, but like it didn't stop 100 years ago. And I'm also not quite sure when it stopped. Yeah, so you're like in the middle of all the farming then. Is it really flat there? Like kind of like this? You just sort of like have some hills in the distance, or... I've seen on Farming Simulator people have some US maps, and it's like one of those really flat states, and everything is just squares. It's just flat squares everywhere, and I don't see the appeal of that in a video game. Okay, so you're in a rural area with a lot of farming, but you still have a lot of hills. Okay. That's kind of where I live too. We have a lot of fields, but we also have some hills, and we have a lot of forest here. I basically live in the middle of the forest. So forestry is a big industry where I live. There it is, red butts. Speeding, what? Oh. It switched the speed limit to 20 even though it's saying 30 on the UI. Sickle blades for harvester that shipped all over the world, really? Is that what you call them? Sickle blades? Really? I would have never guessed that. Makes sense though. I'm gonna try and actually stop this time and not have a miserable fail, so let's just get down to 10 miles an hour so we don't have that much energy to dissipate when we actually get to where we're stopping. Yeah, I can imagine like the wheat stem is like really soft sometimes, especially if it's been raining lately or a lot of moisture. So I can only imagine how sharp they need to be in order to cut those. We're actually losing any speed here. Yeah, we are. Very gradual though. So, the company you were working for, was that like a subcontractor for like Case and John Deere and all of those, or you make the ones for corn as well? Okay, so yeah, because the header on the harvester is different. But like, how is the sickle blade different then? think this is good enough. There we go. It's the shape of the blades, okay. You make them and we have the rights to sell them to the customer, okay. Scenario complete. Hey, okay. I scored 416. Finally making some points here. Okay, on to the next one then.